The night the sky burned, 12-year-old Leo did not scream, but something inside him shattered so deeply that it would never fully heal again. The air was thick with ash, the kind that sticks to your throat and refuses to let you breathe properly, and the flames rose so high they painted the clouds red like the sky itself was bleeding. His village, Green Hollow, had always been invisible to the world, too small to matter, too quiet to be noticed, but that night, it became the center of destruction. The riders who came were not ordinary soldiers. They moved with terrifying precision, their silence more frightening than any war cry. They did not loot, they did not hesitate, they searched. And that meant one thing: they had come with purpose. Leo ran through the chaos, his heart pounding wildly, calling for his father, until he found him standing in the center of the village, surrounded by enemies. David fought with a strength Leo had never seen before, striking down attackers one after another. But even heroes are not invincible. When the spear pierced his chest, Leo felt the world collapse. Their eyes met for a final moment, and in that silent exchange, Leo understood something that would haunt him forever. His father had known this day would come. Before Leo could reach him, he was dragged into the shadows by a stranger. The man's grip was firm, his voice steady, but his eyes held something deeper, knowledge of what was truly happening. "They're not here for your village," the man whispered. "They're here for what your father was hiding." The stranger, John, revealed pieces of the truth as he led Leo into the hidden chamber beneath the village, a place Leo had lived above his entire life without ever knowing existed. Inside, there were scrolls, maps, strange devices, and at the center, a single book that seemed almost alive in its importance. John told him something that changed everything. His father had not been just a simple man. He had been a guardian. But before Leo could fully understand, the enemy found the entrance above them. Time ran out, and Leo was forced to choose between dying with his past or stepping into a future he did not understand. With nothing left to lose, he chose to leave, and in doing so, unknowingly stepped into a war far greater than anything he could imagine. As they escaped through underground tunnels, Leo looked back only once. The village was gone, completely, and in that moment, grief turned into something sharper, something dangerous. John warned him about revenge, but Leo did not deny it. That fire inside him became his only strength. But what Leo did not know was that he was already being watched, not just by his enemies, but by others who had been waiting for someone like him. Days later, in the ruins of an abandoned outpost, Leo faced his first real test. The attack came without warning, a blade aimed for his throat. But this time, he did not freeze. He reacted, barely surviving long enough for John to intervene. When the attacker revealed herself as Anna, Leo expected hostility, but what he got was something colder: judgment. She saw his weakness instantly, but also something else: potential. However, the first twist of his new life came that very night when Anna revealed that she had not come to kill him. She had come to confirm his identity. The enemies who destroyed his village were not the only ones searching for the book. There were others, hidden in the world, waiting for it to surface again. Training under Anna was brutal, but what made it worse was not the physical pain. It was the emotional war inside Leo. Every time he fell, he remembered his father. Every time he stood, he felt like he was becoming someone his father would not recognize. But the real turning point came months later, when Leo discovered something that shattered his trust completely. The book his father had protected was not just a list of powerful people. It also contained the name of someone very close to him. John, the man who had saved him, was in the book. When Leo confronted him, the truth came out slowly, painfully. John had once been part of the very same network that controlled kings and empires from the shadows. He had not been a hero, he had been part of the system. And worse, he had known about the attack on the village. He had come not just to save Leo, but to secure the book before anyone else could claim it. That betrayal nearly broke Leo. For the first time since the night of the fire, he felt lost again. But Anna forced him to see the truth. The world isn't divided into good and evil, she told him. It's divided into those who control and those who are controlled. As years passed, Leo grew stronger, but also colder. He learned to fight, to think, to survive, but trust became something he no longer gave easily. And then, just when things seemed under control, the enemy returned, but not as before. This time, they struck from the shadows. People disappeared. Safe places were exposed. Secrets leaked. It became clear that someone close to them was feeding information to the enemy. The second major twist came when the traitor was revealed. It was Anna, or at least it seemed that way. Leo discovered messages, secret meetings, signs that pointed directly to her. When he confronted her, she did not deny it. But her answer changed everything once again. She had been working as a double agent, trying to infiltrate the enemy from within. The problem was, she had gone too deep. The line between loyalty and survival had blurred, and even she no longer knew which side she truly belonged to. Before Leo could decide whether to trust her, the final attack began. The enemy leader finally revealed himself, a man known only as Victor. Unlike the others, Victor did not hide in shadows. He believed in control openly, in shaping the world through fear and knowledge. And he wanted the book not to rule quietly, but to dominate completely. In the final confrontation, Leo faced not just Victor, but the truth of everything he had become. The book in his hands held the power to control the world, but also the power to destroy it. John urged him to use it. Anna begged him to end it. And Victor promised him that with it, he could never be weak again. For a moment, Leo almost believed him. But then he remembered the flames. His father, his village, everything that had been taken from him. And in that moment, he made his final choice. He burned the book, not out of anger, but out of understanding. The fire spread quickly, consuming the last piece of power that had controlled so many lives. Victor's empire collapsed instantly, because without the book, his power meant nothing. John disappeared into the chaos, his fate unknown. And Anna survived, but changed forever. Years later, the world moved on, unaware of how close it had come to being controlled from the shadows. But in quiet places, in moments of injustice, a figure still appeared. A man who did not seek power, did not seek revenge, but ensured that no one would ever control the world like that again. They did not know his full story. They did not know his pain. They only knew one name: Leo, the boy who lost everything, and chose to burn the world's greatest power rather than become its master.